everybody, welcome back to the Firahs podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm back in the game. I got a trim as well. I got my little drink. It's actually early in the morning, so I don't know how good that is, but you know, who cares? We're gonna get into this game right now. Shout out to everybody that's been locked in on the last episode. I had an interview with Abel Miller, which was a very beautiful day for me, an exciting time for me, and you know, a legend for me that I got to speak to. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode right there. So go check it out if you haven't already. This is the Firahs podcast where, you know, I like to talk my shit. We have good conversations and I give my opinions. And we're starting off today with the police force. Now, an interesting article came out. Let me see if I can get it out for you right now. So Met Police are internationally racist, sexist, and broken. Scotland Yard has lost trust with the public and needs a complete overhaul, reviews has found. Now, basically, Scotland Yard is saying that the police force is intentionally racist, sexist, and homophobic, and the public is being let down by a force that no longer has a functioning neighborhood policing service. A damning report concludes. Listen, I don't need anyone to tell me that the police is out of touch. We kind of touched on this in the last episode where I mentioned that the police are very old school like. So are they going to be homophobic? Most definitely. Are they going to be racist? Most definitely. Are we surprised by this? No. Are they sexist? Most definitely. Women in the police force get treated unfairly. People of color get treated unfairly, whether that's in the force or in the streets. And homophobics, bruv, like, they're old school. We expect this. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna read this a little bit further. I think she warns that policing by concerning. Listen, I don't read it more. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this: look, the police force, like I said, they need a complete overhaul. I feel like we're in an interesting place where I'm trying to find out if the police force will be changing in years to come. Will there be a development of more understanding, specifically of cultures? Can you be a trans and not, you know, get discriminated against by the police force, which will be interesting to see? Can women work without being sexually profiled? It will be interesting to see exactly where the police force goes in the near future. I think generally making the change will make sense. I think it's something that needs to happen. I think it's sad that, particularly in my culture, in the black community, a lot of people won't call the police if they're in trouble. They'll rather deal with it themselves and most likely end up in jail. You know, like that's just what we do. Feel me? Like we're trying to call the feds. For who? For what? We ain't snitching. You get me? And it's not even that we ain't snitching because like it's street culture, which most likely the reason you're not snitching is because of the street culture. But even if you're not in the streets, you don't have the best of interactions with the police, you know, from when me just walking down the road and being I'll never forget the day. I think I've told a story before where I was out with one of the homies and we got wrongfully accused of having weapons. Now somebody had called the police and said this was the description of two young males, and the description was puffer jacket, hat, black, and I think it was like 5'8" or something, like, you know, that was the estimate of our heights. Apparently I matched that. So because I was wearing a Nike puffer jacket, a black hat was probably like a Primark thing, and I was around 5'8", according to what they was told in terms of the description that was given, and in my brethren's description, we were arrested. Not only were we arrested, we was humiliated. We was arrested outside the shopping centre in front of 900 people. Everyone was watching us. Luckily, it wasn't social media era because the cameras would have been flinging around. They parked like 8 bully vans outside of the bloody entrance of their shopping centre. So as soon as we walked out, we was met with like 40 dons strip searching us, searching for weapons. They were just like, what are you lot talking about, my dog? One of the most interesting days of my life. And it's interesting because at the moment I'm kind of like in a kind of friendship situation with a broski that just got into the police force. And And to be fair, I'll be interested to see how he moves. I'll be interested to see just what he brings to the table in terms of, because I just want to see change, right? And for me, it's I don't need a police force to like me. I don't need a police force to understand me. When it comes to different cultures, sometimes you can't. You can do your research, but we don't expect you to know us. We don't expect you to need to like almost even understand us. We just want you to treat us the same. So like, all people are asking for in the streets is, if you're gonna stop and search a black guy randomly, stop and search a white guy randomly. Not saying they ain't doing that, but like, listen, man, anyone that works in the field, you can bring out the statistics. We all know it's probably 80% of the time you stop a black man, and then it's like 10% of the time you probably stop a white man. Do you know what I'm saying? It ain't equal. It ain't the same. We're not keeping the same energy, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. And I would even include Asians and blacks. We get stopped a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's one of them ones where, yeah, to be honest, I don't know. But listen, the police are coming out saying they're going to make an overhaul. Interesting to see what they do. I was speaking to one of the guy that I was telling you about who did get into the police force. He said out of 100, there was one black don. That's the problem right there. That is the problem right there. One black don out of 100 dealers. 100 niggas, sorry. Take that as you want. It is what it is. But anyway, let's get back to the other conversation. 6ix9ine. Oh, homie 6ix9ine. Oh, homie 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine has now been caught lacking. He said he couldn't get touched. My nigga just got touched. He was in a gym. Apparently, he was in a sauna, chilling. TMC reported. And he got jumped by a couple of dudes. They were looking like they were in their 50s. Filming him, and saying he had like rib wounds, jaw wounds, like he got beaten up pretty badly. There's a video surfacing. I won't play it on here because it's a bit graphic, and I don't know if kids have watched this video or not, but I'm sure you can find the content anywhere around the world. 6ix9ine beaten up by a couple of old school niggas looking for clout, obviously. They then film him. I can film the last bit anyway, so I might put it up in the video. You might see the video being played, but I'm not going to play the audio. But I'll put the video up. Basically saying, oh, 6ix9ine, man, I'm a fan, man. And he's like, no, you just jumped me, man. Anyways, didn't have security. Now, 6ix9ine has been outside, it feels like 5 years now since he came back. It's probably less than that, but I think it was like 2020, something like that. I don't know, 3 years ago now, 2-3 years ago, 2019 maybe. But 6ix9ine's been out now, living freely. According to DJ Academics, he doesn't really carry security or the man with him unless he's going to like the club and stuff like that. But he's fully like outside, no security, doing his thing, living his life as he should do, and as he's allowed to do. He's made the money, so do what you gotta do. I think it's interesting with 6ix9ine because his music career isn't really existent at the moment. Like, I don't really see a career at this moment of time. However, he's still running around doing a lot of shows. I'm hearing he's charging around 250k per show. Like, he's still the guy. Obviously he's got the Latino scene on his side as well. But 6ix9ine is an interesting conversation. He snitched. He broke the street code. Debatable whether he was even in the streets anyways. So I have no idea what's going on over there. But all I can say is 6ix9ine, just drop some music, man. I think we want to see some music from you right now. I think we're getting to the point now where we want to see what you got, man. You dropped that tune when your niggas were telling you the only man that were jacking is you at the DJ Academics podcast off the record. That was great content for us to watch. Listen, I don't know if you're ever gonna come back to the streets and start creating music. You're no longer a gangster, so we don't really care about that. But anyway, listen, man, do your thing, man. 6ix9ine, getting beaten up, finally got caught lacking in the streets. You heard? the only super jacket is 6ix9ine. You heard? But yeah, man. 6ix9ine caught lacking. What do you guys think about that? It's interesting. But let's get into another conversation, um, which I actually think is a very good conversation to have. Actually, um, but anyway, what am I drinking? It's not Corona. But it's nice though. Anyways, Hardy Caprio. Let's check this. Now I sent it to myself actually. So Hardy Caprio did a couple of tweets about how they're manipulating artists and yada yada yada. You know that same conversation we have like every 6 years in the industry. I'm trying to see, where did I send it to? I think it should be my Instagram. Here you go, found it. So Hardy Caprio. I'm gonna read. So rapper Hardy Caprio recently had some words to say about exploitation with kids in the music industry with the record label EMI Records and Universal. Obviously, he has since then deleted his tweets. Of course, he couldn't keep that same energy. EMI Records said we'll be dealing with things ethically, so they're probably gonna do it internally. Probably, might as well terminate his contract at this point. But anyway, so this is what Hardy Caprio says, and then I'll give you my commentary. Let's talk about dirty business and exploitation. It's an age-old story, but this one I'm going to show you all the details. I've been looking at these tweets for 10 minutes thinking, should I post it? But here we go. Bigger EMI Records. Stay tuned, people. Next tweet. Damn, these weren't even tweets, bro. Anyway, he put, here I am one more time. Listen, I don't know what it is with these corporations, but I'm tired, bro. I don't know if someone at EMI Records / Universal has a fetish about exploiting improvised, bro, I can't even read. It's not, it's early in the morning. But anyway, exploiting kids. Maybe a lot of them do, but I'm sick and tired of this shit. What we're not going to do today, though, is talk about another record contract where people think I haven't read the terms. Let me show you these people try and rob you in depth and get away with it, even when you're legally in the right. You're comfortably paying when it's 5 figures, but when it's 6 figures or higher, alarm bells start ringing. Suddenly it's not right. I didn't want things to get here. This is literally my only outlet. Below I'm going to attach the correspondence. The names of these people are as follows. You got some guys called Mark Furman, Colin Smith, Chris Palmer, Rebecca Allen, and Alan Michaels. Yeah, that's the names. Yeah. Sorry about my reading though. I'm tired. And I just woke up. Anyway, he says there we'll get into the sweetness of events. I'll attach screenshots in the next tweet. So he basically said, let's look at the contract. It's attached in this tweet. See how we specifically highlight what my ditto recordings are. Over the last few weeks, we've been fighting to just simplify, rectify everything EMI Records has done wrong to our account over the last few years. They registered 100% of my PPR in the contract. They were responsible for signing it up. Illegally seized my ditto account where I get paid for my masters. Songs I released independent from them. Removed my highest paying songs from 2018 onwards. Put other artist expenses / staff expenses in my royalty statements. Avoided honouring the terms of settlement contract. He then put, bro, we're tired. Most people won't say it, but we're actually tired. Look at the artists that left the roster. All of us started alive and full of energy, and now we're only putting out time to time. Big up, Mostai. SR, Captain Connor, A1 and J1 and Darko. I'm deleting the tweets on a temporary basis. EMI Records saying they're going to deal with things ethically. Keep us all in the loop. Hardy Caprio, man. Listen, man, I'm not going to disagree with anything you're saying in regards to how you're being treated by the label. I will say this. This is just another form of uneducated artists getting into contracts and then kind of blaming the record label after. Listen, I'm not even out here trying to say you got finessed by the label, but you did get finessed by the label. There was a host of other names, most that sort of Captain Condon in there, Darko, SL. Listen, you signed a thing which probably meant you allowed them or gave them the ability to do what they did. Stop crying, nigga. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, we're getting to this point where a lot of these artists cry about their contracts, but it's technically your fault for signing the thing in the first place. it's cool that you find out later on that you signed something shit, but nigga, figure it out before you sign it, dog. Like, I understand that. You know what? I'm one of the advocates of like, don't sign with labels and don't do this and da 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 da. And you know, that's just what it should be. We shouldn't be signing with these major labels, or if we are, at least know what we're signing. I think I saw something. I think Krypton Conan did a thing with Femi from Kidulthood, where he said he didn't make a dime. They made a. I think they they recouped what they was given, and what they was given up front. So like you know, when they sign you on like some, I don't know, $1 million deal or whatever. So they recouped the money, and then after that they never got any more pay. So the profits, they didn't get paid from the profits. So something stupid like that. I can't remember exactly what the clip was, but I think it was Crypto Code. I think it was actually Crept that was saying they didn't really get paid for a while. Well, they didn't get paid after, innit? Look, I mean, it's one of those things where the interesting thing with record labels is record labels are always going to try and benefit from the artist, right? Regardless, right? And it's up to you as an artist to be able to identify if that label has your best interest or whether it's their best of interest, right? And I think a lot of these artists sign because they're gassed. They're not even thinking. They're just signing because they're gassed. And it's not even their fault. Listen, a lot of us come from backgrounds of, you know, poverty, you know, council basically paying us and being hella broke and living in a beat down flat or living in a block of screaming, yeah, man, CO. But like, you know, you don't even own the fucking postcode. We grew up from them kind of situations where we're used to not having much, right? So when you get offered something that seems much and they offer you money in it, they offer you that advance check like 500k or £1 million, you take it because you're gassed. A lot of the times, and this is the problem that I believe we as black people have, particularly I'm going to talk to us niggas, we never think about the future. We think about present times. So I feel like they took that as, yo, right now we're lit. We're making the hottest tunes, you know, they're giving us the bag right now. Let's just take it and run with it. And this is the problem that I think us black people have. We sometimes forget to build for the future, that we're thinking about the present time. So I actually think they didn't even really look at a contract like that. Or sometimes labels issue you a lawyer that they're cool with, like one of their lawyers. So they're helping each other make peace. They're not really helping the artist. Not saying that was the case for Hardy or Crept or whoever is involved, because I'm assuming they're all in that, because my niggas dropping names, right? It's a hard one, because I don't want to sit here and be like Hardy Caprio is a waste man for signing that contract, even though I'm thinking that. At the same time, I feel like a lot of the time artists are pressured into signing contracts immediately. A lot of these labels don't really want to give you time to think, process, look through the papers, yada yada yada. They kind of want you, listen, once they give you the offer, they kind of just want you to sign it right there and then. They're not trying to be like, oh what, yeah, take a month. They're not trying to do all of that, bro. They want you to sign it ASAP. So you sign a thing, they get their man, and they move on and they plan on whilst you're still hot. They don't want to wait till you're not hot. Unless they're doing like some artist development, which doesn't really happen anymore. But when you're hot, or you just had a single, do numbers, and they want to sign you over to their label to then, you know, take that single that's doing hot, maybe even try and, you know, create a way for it to do even more numbers, or, you know, build an album or get a couple of more singles to keep the buzz going. They're not trying to wait. You know, they're trying to do everything right there and then, whilst the money looks like it's raking in, so that then they can keep making that money as well. So I do understand that as well. So in that sense as well, I am not gonna just super bash him, but I do need to say that some of these niggas and some of y'all niggas need to start reading what you're signing, because I'm kind of tired of having this conversation every goddamn week. Every week it's the new artist that's complaining about a contract. We had Ray complaining about her label situation. She wasn't able to drop album. She was writing songs. She's now obviously come out of it. She's cool, whatever. She's doing her thing. Shout out to Ray. But it's a conversation where, bro, it just sounds like a lot of y'all niggas are lazy. lazy. Now, I'm not saying white people don't go through the same thing, but I feel like I don't hear it as much. It's always the niggas. It's always us niggas. We're rushing for the peas. We're crying for the peas because we don't have it. But niggas, start thinking about the future. In that contract, look at, okay, cool, if I'm here for 5-6 years, what does that mean for my future? Not what does it mean for now. People need to stop thinking about now. It's not always about now, or let me get a 500k now. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like sometimes a lot of these niggas just don't care enough to do enough research. They're just thinking about now. They see the bag, they're gassed. They want to ride the wave. They want to flex. They want to go to a fucking nightclub, pose with hella bottles and a couple of bitches. I don't give a fuck until you're dead food anyways. Like, nigga, like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, relax, dog. But anyways, Hardy DiCaprio, EMI Records, apparently is going to keep us in a loop. We'll wait and find out what's going on over there. Anyways, so now we go into that. We got another conversation. Mahalia. I don't know if Mahalia or mahalia. Anyways, another story with mahalia. Now, British singer mahalia isn't here for the industry's growing emphasis on social media marketing, as she sends a message to all music labels to stop the focus on TikTok views as a measure of success. Now, mahalia tweets, labels, PSA, stop telling artists their music needs to do something on TikTok before you're able to release. We're bored, we're tired, it's fuckery, and it isn't inspiring. I'll agree. I'm not gonna lie, I'll agree. So my mic's a bit acting up, but I'll agree. TikTok shouldn't define success in the music industry. I'm sorry, I agree. I think she's talking facts. I think TikTok should be a benefit of a success of a song, not the influence of if a song is actually a success. You feel what I'm saying? TikTok should add to the success, not be the success. And I definitely agree with Mahalia this one. I just think labels now look too much into social media viral moments, numbers, communications within the comment sections, or interaction, should I say, to define a successful song. I don't think that's the right way to move forward. I think this hurts an artist. There's a lot of wavy artists out there in the world who don't get that kind of interaction on social media, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, right? Beautiful music. But you can gain the stream. Like, social media should be a benefit, should be an asset to help promote your music. It shouldn't be the defining moment of if your music is successful or not. So Mahalia, I do agree with you with this one. I definitely think a label shouldn't be looking at things like TikTok and stuff to define if a song is a success. Listen, what TikTok does for music in terms of, and this, I'm going to tell you what TikTok is. TikTok can give you 30 seconds of a song that has a cool moment. It doesn't mean the song's actually good. Do you know the amount of times I've heard a TikTok version or a TikTok thing going on? I've heard the whole song, and I think the whole song's goddamn garbage. I'm not going to lie to you. I am not going to lie to you. The amount of people, conversations I've had where TikTok has blown something up, and he ain't sounding like the TikTok's gassed you to the point where you think the song going to sound like that? Nigga, it don't sound like that. I definitely agree with Mahalia on this. I think labels needs to stop looking at these social media numbers as the way to define a success or whether you should drop. If the song's good enough, drop the song. Let the full song do its rounds, because yeah, it's cool to do these 30 seconds things, but that doesn't mean that the song's actually good. And yeah, you can get a 30-second moment. Let that be a moment when the song's out. Don't use that moment and think everybody's going to love the song, because that is not the truth. So, listen, Mahalia, I agree with you. I think labels need to stop this behavior of utilizing TikTok and things to define whether an artist should drop a song or not. Listen, if the song's good, drop the song. I'm not mad at this comment. I do agree. Yeah, man. What do you guys think? Do you think social media should define a hit before you even get the chance to drop the song, or not? Let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear. The Premier League to allow players to break fast. I don't really need to read a story for this. The Premier League is basically gonna allow a break within the game to let Muslims who are fasting in Ramadan that is coming up to break their fast during the game, right? I think this is a good thing. I think it's a bit late. I think they're pressured into making a decision like this for the Premier League. Um, Around the world, you see breaks being done for people to break fast anyway. So why it's happening now in fucking 2023, I don't know. But it's a good look. It's a good thing. I'm happy for it. I think we needed this. I think it just shows the growth in the game. But it's sad, right? Because that's what I should be saying. It shows growth. It shows we're understanding people. Nigga, it's 2023. We've been seeing players fasting, not being able to break in matches for so many years, and now it's, oh yeah, we're doing it now. We support our Muslim broski. Like, come on, man. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna look at the positive of it. I'm not gonna go too negative. Listen, it's good to see that there's some growth and people are finally utilizing other cultures within any form of sports and the game, and actually making adjustments so people of different cultures and different beliefs are able to still function at 100% good level and still do their faith without having to somehow cheat their faith or whatever, right? So I think this is good. So it'll be interesting to see how these breaks kind of go, how they come about during the football matches. I'm here to see what happens. I'm here for it. Yeah, man. So shout out to all my Muslim brothers in the day. You know what I mean? Anyone that's celebrating anyone that's fasting during Ramadan. Yeah, man. Shout out to all my Muslims out there that's going to be doing Ramadan and getting it on, man. But anyway, listen, this is your boy Firahs. This is the podcast. We have a conversation, talk our shit, and observe the streets of the culture. Yeah, man, I'm done now. I spoke for about half an hour, about right. I got another episode coming out soon with another artist. Stay locked in for that. But yeah, man, this is your boy Firahs, and we out, man, nigga.